Boom. Good evening, YouTube. Today I bring you a special video, a review, recap, and possibly analysis of Once Upon a Time Season 3. With me, I bring Joe from Agree to Disagree. He's been doing Season 4 episodes with me of Once Upon a Time, and we're going to be doing Season 3 because it makes no sense to do individual episodes anymore. And Season 3 just was a really good season overall, and we're going to talk about everything the season had to offer.
Yeah.
So it started right away with them going to Neverland. And then when we get into Neverland, we meet Peter Pan. But before we meet Pan, we lose Tamara and Greg, which I was so happy about.
Yeah, that was really a step. It was a weird step in the right direction because I don't think anyone really saw that coming. Because season 2 ended with them kind of being set up as maybe not the main bad guys, but definitely big parts in the next season. So
Greg was a pain. He was a pain. He had to go. Like, I hated Greg. Tamara, or Tamara, I think her name was Tamara. She was weird too. Like, they were just bad. Bad villains.
She has Walking Dead to worry about, so she's on the Walking Dead. So I think she's focused more on that than Once Upon a Time.
Well, no, I can't. I had thought she was gonna be like someone else, like a fairy tale character, and she was just a person.
Yeah, they were wastes of characters, I would say. I mean, they served their point, I guess, and that was to really just bring them to Neverland, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they kidnapped Henry, and then from Henry being kidnapped, they brought the main cast to Neverland, and our main cast were actually able to do stuff together, and this is when I began to like Rumpelstiltskin, by the way.
Began to like? You didn't like him in 1 and 2?
He's a manipulator, and his redemption in season 3 I enjoyed quite a bit. This is why I liked, and then we get his backstory, like really see how kind of traumatized he was as a kid, and everything. So I really like seeing that with Rumple. So this is why I liked him. In season 2, he was still not even my favorite.
Yeah, I liked season 3 so much from the point. Season 4 is a strong season. We talk about this every week. However, season 4, two of the biggest problems are, to me, the stories with Regina and then the story with Rumple, because it seems like they went back on both those characters. And season 3, what I love so much is that, like you said, we got redemption for both characters, and we got progression with both of these characters. Both of them were going down an interesting road, a road that we want to see these characters go down. And I'm not saying that they need good guys or anything like that, but just for them to kind of fall back into their stereotype, typical ways in season 4, just really hurt season 3 in hindsight for me, because of how much I enjoyed season 3 because of that progression.
Right. No, I see that. We'll talk about 4 tomorrow. We'll talk about 4 on Sunday. That's our conversation for.
I'm saying though, for 3 though, that was a part I love so much about the season in general, not even just 3A, but 3A and 3B both. Just Rumple and Regina's progression, really.
It was really great.
Yeah, no, it was definitely great. Yeah.
I mean, quick recap of 2. 2 was not divided up into 2 blocks, just as season 3 and 4 are. And with 2, we had the Korra arc, and then from Korra's arc, we had the Greg and Tamara arc, which brings us to season 3. But in 2, Regina was she seemed like she was teetering back and forth. But 3, it's like full on, I want to save my son, I'm going to put aside my differences with Snow White and Emma. Rumpelstiltskin is, I just want to be free. I want my son back, and I want a family. So it just changed from their manipulative ways.
Yeah.
And I like that. I really did. And
when they were relatable. They became relatable.
They really did. They're no longer the dark and creepy characters they once were. So,
right. Yeah.
Did you like Peter Pan?
Okay. The thing with 3A is it overstayed its welcome pretty early, and that's because of the writing. I think the writing for 3A was weaker, and in reflection, it makes everything else look weaker. However, Peter Pan as the character and as the actor portraying the character, I really dug the entire Peter Pan thing. Like I said, overstayed its welcome, and the writing got weaker and everything. But at the core, I really enjoyed the Peter Pan arc, everything.
I can agree with you on that. I just like there's something wrong with making Peter Pan. I think it was having him being Rumpelstiltskin's dad that
It,
threw me off.
it's yeah, and I say this every week with season four.
Right.
I don't understand the need, the constant need, and this is really well, no, it's not when we saw it begin. We saw it begin with core, but they kept the whole familial line. Everyone needed to be family, and it just it
It,
doesn't make sense. It's not something that needs to be in stone every season, and I think that hurt the character.
it did. I think if Peter Pan was evil, like how they made him evil,
Yeah,
but and his purpose was to go after Henry, but without Henry being his grandson, because he was creepy with Henry at several
right.
points. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, really creepy. Like the writing is weird, and you realize, oh wait, that's his great grandson father. Like it's odd. It's
Yeah, I really wish, in like I said, in hindsight, I wish they didn't do that because that really took a lot away from the season. And we look back at 3A in kind of in sometimes a negative light just because of how the writing got. And like I said, overstayed its welcome, and the whole Peter Pan, Rumple, that entire thing just really went downhill, which was a shame because it had so much promise. It could have been so much more.
I know. All right, let's try to. So we know who our villain is. We know our feelings about this. Let's talk about how the act went, and then let's go from there. We get them in Neverland, and Henry's kidnapped, and from there they're trying to find him, right? And they're there for 5 days, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
And while they're there, everyone kind of goes through a trial, which I liked. How every character had a problem.
Yeah,
Like what was like David, he's poisoned. Like he can't leave the island. He keeps a secret.
right.
Um, Regina or Emma just can't. What would you say Emma's problem was? Would it be in relation to her magic that she can't control it?
Yeah, thinking back, I don't remember Emma
Oh,
specific. I mean, because all of them. I mean, obviously they all have the overarching problem of needing to find Henry, and
right.
that is their main driving. But as you're saying, there's individual problems. I can't remember Emma's.
Oh, I know. She was conflicted with a hook to Neil.
Oh, give me a break though.
Yeah. For anyone who is viewing this who likes Neil Cassidy, please leave a comment to let me know how much you like Neil Cassidy, because I don't like Neil Cassidy. Bro,
I I thought the character worked just because of the actor. I think the actor really had fun with that character. I think he put his own spin on it. I think with anyone else, that character wouldn't have been as fun as it was.
you're right. Well, in reference to the acting of Once Upon a Time, it's always really good and always enjoyable. Like every
Mm.
actor is always really well picked. But Neil and how he's like instantly like, oh, I need to save Henry. I need to get back with Emma because that's the right thing to do. It's like it's not the right thing to do. You don't love Emma, Neil. You're just doing it because that's what you think you need to do. Get out of your bubble.
It was surprising though that oh, and he okay, right? He dies. Yeah, he dies in three. So
That's later.
uh,
That's later part of the discussion.
yeah. Okay, because I was gonna say they played the whole Hook versus Neil thing, and really surprising how that turns out.
Yeah, no,
I didn't I didn't see that coming. I thought Neil was a keeper. I thought he was staying around. I thought he was gonna be how Hook is now. I thought that was gonna be Neil.
you know how you can always tell who's going to be who, and it's not really a spoiler, but you can always tell who's going to be important is if you look at the casting call and who is starring and who's a guest.
Oh, I didn't even look. Yeah, I know that, but I didn't even
That's
look.
how I figured it out with because Hook became a main character in season 2 after he was introduced. Everyone loved Hook.
Yeah, because I mean, I started looking away from that with Walking Dead because Walking Dead doesn't matter where you rank on their list, they'll kill anyone. So I guess I just kind of think that way about him once upon a time too. But yeah, it's a good point.
Um, so with season 3 in the beginning, they're just really stuck. They're really stuck because Pan really is a manipulator, which is actually makes him a threat, even more so than what Cora was in season 2, because he really
Mm.
manipulates them to keep them stuck on the island. He has full control of everything on the island, and the only way that they think they can stop him is with Pandora's box. And then finally, the best episode of A happened, which was, in my opinion, Ariel.
Ariel was a really fun addition.
Yeah, I love that episode because that was the episode's title too, and that was episode 6. Remember? And I thought that episode was just perfect for the show. I think adding Ariel into the Neverland arc was great. I was actually disappointed that they kind of cut her out.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that we don't get more of her because she was, and like you said, with that episode especially, she was a really fun addition to the show and really something that I wish we saw more of.
Yeah, she added a lot to it. She made it fun. She really made the show fun
Yeah, she did a lot in the short amount of time she was there.
because um, we learned in the episode that Regina took her voice and she was mute for 28 years or 30 years, depending on how far you want to count.
Mm,
And then Regina gives her back her voice, and then they go. Her and Rumpel tell her that she needs to go to Storybrooke, and she gets to Storybrooke, and she meets Belle, and then they get Pandora's box, and they get back to Neverland,
mm,
and then they have the box, and then all hell breaks loose again,
right.
following that, and they try to um, Henry. I want to talk about Henry. In our reviews of season 4, we haven't been very pro
Oh,
Henry.
do we have to?
No, we don't have. We don't have. I saw the way you reacted to me even saying Henry's name. No, we don't have to be pro Henry. I dislike Henry because of season 3A now.
Oh, I just like Henry because of Henry. I just like Henry because of the season pilot.
Or I felt at least in the beginning when it was Regina versus Emma in season 1, like I liked Henry then, and then he kind of went away in season 2. But then season 3A, he was essential, you know, and it was where he gave away his heart willingly to Peter Pan.
Yeah.
No, why would you do that? Why willingly? Why? Like, do you really do you really need to be a hero, Henry? No.
I think it's just because of like Peter Pan's effect too. Peter Pan was a very charismatic villain, and that I would say that definitely looking at all the villains we've had on the show, even including season 4, I would say that Peter Pan was special in the fact that he was very charismatic compared to the rest of the villains. I would say, and part of that could be just because of how strong of a presence he was on Henry. Could have, I remember he tricked Henry into doing it, but could have also been that strong presence.
Okay, it tricked Henry. Henry willingly gave it up
But didn't he tell him it was for?
to save magic, and then his
Yeah,
mother and his other mother both come up and say he's lying, and they don't, and he doesn't listen to them. Who would he listen to? The people who raised the woman who raised you, and the woman who is like trying her best to be in your life, or the person who abducted you.
yeah, some kid who abducted you wearing green. Yeah,
Yes, exactly. So who do you listen to? Do you listen to the two women who have magic who are saying don't do it because we know we're right, or listen to the creepy guy who happens to be your great grandfather?
stuck in a kid's body.
Yes. So he was stupid. He was really stupid, and that stupid act caused more stupid stuff to happen. And I don't
That
mean
was
cause.
Yeah, that was at the point though where really I gave up on the fact that I saw where the writing was going to, and the writing was just getting weaker and weaker. And at that point, I was still watching, and and everything like that, but I had pretty much clocked out, um, Wink,
It's
wink.
funny. I remember when the premiere started for season three, and with the weak way episode one was presented, I definitely could see that the writing was kind of lacked, and then it spiked, and then it lacked again.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the introduction, and then the first few episodes were okay, and the addition of Tinkerbell was pretty cool. But
Oh yeah, I forgot about Tinkerbell.
yeah, but after a while, it really and Ariel was cool too.
Yeah,
Like they had so many strong things going on in the beginning of that season, and then just as time went on, just it really got to a point where there was no turning back.
no, it was. We don't write the show.
Right.
If we could written the show, we would write different plots. I feel.
Right, yeah, no, and I'm not saying, they're doing a horrible job. I just thought that, the writing, as opposed to the beginning of that season, had gotten weaker. And it got to the point where it was just going in the wrong direction, personally, for me. So I had pretty much, like I said, clocked out at that point.
What had got me aggravated with the writing was actually no, they did something really cool, and they did something really stupid. If you can, and the really cool thing is when they're trying to get Henry's heart back from Pan, and he's tied up. They're all tied up to the tree. The three, Snow White, Emma, and Regina. They're wrapped up on the tree, and it's like the tree of regret. And Pan goes up to Regina and goes, "I bet you regret the most." And she's like, "I regret nothing." And she breaks the vines and pulls the heart out of Pan. Like that was like the coolest part of Regina in a while. Like just being
Mm.
totally overprotective, awesome witch mom. Like she just broke it. She's like, "I don't regret casting a curse that took away everyone from their home because it got me what I wanted being her son." Rip the heart out, right? And they fix Henry, and then they do a body swap with Henry.
Yeah,
A body
yeah,
swap.
I forgot about that. Wow. Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Body swapping.
Oh,
No.
I forgot why. Oh, God. I forgot about that. Oh,
I know.
that was, not only was that really just the wrong move, but then Henry could not
He can't
deliver.
be evil because Jared Gilmore's acting as a protagonist is difficult. So having him act the villain,
Especially because I forgot the actor's name. Do you know off the top of your head who was doing Peter Pan?
Robbie K.
Okay, I knew it was Robbie, but I was gonna say something else for the last name. He was really strong as an evil character. So him kind of just playing the like dumb little kid, like just it was just a move in the wrong direction for both of them because it was using both of them the wrong ways.
No, I agree 100% on that.
It flopped.
I hate it. Body swaps are they're overdone. They're not needed. And the plot of a body swap is either going to be they figure it out right before something bad happens, or the person in the body who is the good guy gets killed and they have to bring them back somehow.
Yeah. Plus, it's like it's kind of it's kind of like silly enough in a way. I mean, Once Upon a Time is cool concepts, but it's kind of silly. I mean, with the fairy tales and everything, and then it gets to the point where it's like, okay, now it's like Freaky Friday with two teenage boys. Like, okay, come on,
Or also great grandfather and great grandson.
right? So like, okay, come on.
You find the show silly, Joe? You find that these fairy tales characters running around in a town in Maine is silly?
I think it's a cool concept, but I mean, there's silly
I
elements
mean,
to
yeah,
it.
I, I totally agree with you.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's cool, but at the same time, it's underlying silly theme.
There's a lot of silly, but at the same time, there's clearly enough about it that we both like it enough that we.
Right? Yeah. No, I wasn't saying anything about that. I was just saying that that we got to the point where it was Freaky Friday with two teenage boys who.
I know, which is also owned by Disney, so clearly they can do that. They can do Freaky Friday.
Right. I was always waiting for like some kind of, I don't know, Jamie Lee Curtis to pop like some kind of
What if they
nod.
brought in Lindsay Lohan into the show?
Oh,
Just Lindsay Lohan.
oh my God, they could bring her in as like the drunk witch.
All right. Okay. All right, back to what actually is happening in the show because we're not reviewing it anymore. We're talking about what we think.
Bashing too long.
Um. All right, so their bodies are swapped. They get
Right.
back to Storybrooke, right?
Mm.
Henry is evil. He tricks Regina, knocks her out, and he takes the dark curse back. And or Pan takes the dark curse back. And his plan is to make is to make Storybrooke the new Neverland by freezing them in time, I guess, and having them forget who they are. And that's the finale of the mid part. You know, they're able to stop his curse because they kill Peter Pan. Rumpelstiltskin dies. Peter Pan gets killed in the process. I still can't figure that out, by the way. And if you have any insight, please let me know what you think. And the curse is undone. Everyone's taken back to the Enchanted Forest, and Emma and Henry forget who they are.
Yeah, I don't really know how he died. Like you said, if they both stayed dead, then obviously, there wouldn't be anything to it. Peter Pan's dead. But the fact that Rumple came back, like it just leads you to think, like Peter Pan can't be dead. He's out there, and as much as I said I enjoyed him originally, and I would not want to see another arc with Peter Pan.
Either.
Like maybe if he came back on a team or something, I could get it. But just a single, no.
He's done. His story's done.
Yeah, I don't think they'll bring him back. But yeah, it was just a convenient way to write him off. And Rumple's death was one of the coolest moments.
His death was perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, one of the coolest moments in the show's history. And
it was solid. It was very solid.
As much as he was my favorite character, and it hurt to lose him, I loved that ending. And I mean, I didn't want him dead because of the fact of how much I enjoyed him, and I was happy when I saw him back because he's my favorite character. I think he's one of the strongest parts of the show. So it was just a shame because of that ending. And I'm afraid that one day he probably will die on the show for real. And I think that's going to be enough.
Saying that what 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to predict season 4.
Right.
But I still just I won't. I don't think we both know how it happened. But he stabs him with the dagger in the back, right? Pan, and then that reverts Pan back to being an old man or a middle-aged man, and they both die. I never understood that, but I guess just that's it. That's how
because magic.
Magic must defeat magic.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time, like, doesn't make a sense. It doesn't make sense a lot of the time.
There's so much that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you just gotta roll with what they're going by the minute.
I know. So Rumple is dead. The dark curse, the dark curse is coming. Regina rips it up, sends them back, and Emma and Henry go to New York with new memories, and then it's done until March.
Yep.
So I guess we're out of here. We'll talk about season 3, part 2 in March.
Okay. Right.
So season 3, part 2. My favorite part. Actually, my favorite part of the show overall so far. I would actually maybe give it to the Frozen arc if it was over. But I don't know how I feel if it's better than.
Yeah, we'll have to see where it goes.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to see what happens with Ingrid, our Snow Queen, and Elsa, our Ice Queen.
Yeah.
So, but I loved part 3 or part 2 of season 3 a lot. So, why don't you do you mind introducing it a little bit? Because I feel like I've been doing all the introducing of it.
Well, I'm trying to think, because they laid out different reveals, I guess you could say, as time went on. So I'm trying to think how it all started with Zelina. We know that she. Did we know from the get-go that she was Regina's sister? I'm trying to remember.
No, by the way, I don't know what you're gonna think, but I know almost all the episode titles of season 3.
Oh, really? I'm not. I don't. So it's probably better if you. lead the way. But I mean, I remember.
I don't mind leading. I just don't want to be doing everything and not having you be able to interject.
Right. Well, the season starts off with Emma, as you said,
New
in
York.
New York, and her new fiance, or at the time boyfriend, but then he becomes fiance, uh, Monkey.
Our flying monkey who turned out to be the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
It's not a spoiler
Which
if anyone hears
which
that.
was a cool. That was a cool reveal. I enjoyed that a lot. That was a really cool reveal. Um, I'm glad that they included that. That was cool. But yeah, that the whole monkey fight type deal with Emma and Hook came
Monkey,
back.
by the
What?
way. I thought those monkeys were creepy.
They were
Like
very creepy.
the,
But it was pretty much like the same. That's what I hated. It was the same kind of formula in that Peter Pan. Not only did he have his army of little boy of little
okay,
boys,
the creepers. What were they called? The Lost Ones. The Lost.
the lost ones, lost boys. But he also had the Shadow. That I believe didn't Marilyn Manson.
He voiced the Shadow. You're
Yeah,
right.
Marilyn Manson voiced the Shadow. But he also had the Shadow going around ripping out people's shadows, and that was really similar to the monkeys going around and turning people into monkeys, because it wasn't really killing characters, but it was, I guess,
Well,
suspending them.
um, okay, we're in two different points right now. When the shadows were ripped out, they died.
No,
Only,
because the blue fairy came back.
yeah, it was because her shadow wasn't taken to Dark Hollow, where the shadow would be stuck forever. So that's
So
why,
her shadow was taken out, just not to the.
yeah, the shadow, I guess, didn't have time to get back to Neverland to put the Blue Fairy shadow there to keep
Oh,
her.
so I mean, eventually, I guess you die, but just because you have your shadow ripped out at the moment doesn't mean you're dead. So I mean, that was a similar kind of formula where it's like suspending these side characters to add momentum to one to take down. I don't know. It was just a very similar uh,
Concept.
formula, yeah, concept, and I was kind of scared that they were going to do that this season, to be honest.
Imagine if they turn people into they just kept turning people into ice statues like they did to Marion.
That's what I thought. So I was scared. It doesn't look like they're going that way, so that's good. But yeah, that's why they. And I get it. It's to add momentum to wanting to take down this character, but it's just like that was really the same thing that you were doing. So I don't know. I didn't like the whole turning. If maybe the monkeys abducted people, maybe that'd be a little different. I don't know, but
You know what's weird about the monkeys is Lil Jon gets turned into a monkey in the second episode
who
after
does?
yeah Robin Hood's. Oh, we didn't even talk about Robin Hood when we did the beginning of it.
Well, Robin Hood, when he was in, because I remember he came back. He started in like two. He
He
was in a
was
flashback.
Belle Freedom from Rumpelstiltskin's castle.
Yeah.
Uh, Robin Hood was he stole the wand. Belle Freedom, and then after she had freed him, um, Neil when he gets in the forest from season two finale, he meets Robin Hood, and they use Roland to bring the shadow so Neil can hop a ride on the shadow back to Neverland.
Mhm.
And then also Mulan ends up joining his camp because Mulan didn't want to be around.
Oh, we'd even talk about the Mulan and Sleeping Beauty stuff.
Mulan's a lesbian in Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, and
That's that's what it sums up to. And Princess Aurora is pregnant.
yeah, and they never went anywhere with that Mulan. That Mulan reveal kind of just happened, and it's like goodbye Mulan.
What stunk is Mulan's actually a cool character
I know. Yeah.
in the show, in her movies, even two, the sequel to Mulan. She's really cool. She's really dynamic, interesting, and she's gone. But I think it more so had to do with Jamie Chung, who plays her, as opposed to them writing her in.
Oh, really? Was it? I didn't hear that. What was it? Contract issues or?
I'm assuming it was just her being busy with other shows,
Okay.
because most of the time, if an actress isn't super busy, like they'll at least get a cameo at some point. I just
Right.
don't feel like they just cut out that character, and Mulan was gone all of season three, part two.
Well,
And
that's why we lucked out with the Mad Hatter. Because the Mad Hatter, I don't know about you, but I thought Mad Hatter was the worst iteration of any character on the show to date.
he had commitments. I think that was his thing,
He's
right?
the Winter Soldier. So he
That's him. That's
yeah,
him.
he's an awesome Winter Soldier. He's great. I'm not dissing the actor. I just don't think he worked well um with Mad Hatter. So we lucked out there.
What? All right, we're not going to review season one, but what about Jamie Dorian when he died? Because that's why they got rid of him because he had other stuff to do too.
Jamie Dorian, was that the Huntsman?
Graham and the Huntsman.
No, I don't. I think that was purely as a story standpoint. And that I know of. I know. I mean, now he's going to be in 50 Shades of Grey, but at the time he wasn't going to be in 50 Shades of Grey. So
Right. Well,
yeah. So I think that was just purely a story standpoint because he came back in a later episode too.
right. He was in the finale.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So Mulan, people, we'll backtrack for a second. Mulan is in Robin Hood's camp, and when they get taken back to Storybook, Mulan's not there, but Robin Hood is there. And talk about Robin Hood really quick because we did mention Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell in the past with Regina did a pixie dust magic thing
right.
and let her find her true love, her soulmate, a man with the lion tattoo. I don't have a tattoo, but it's here.
We will play pretend, and we will pretend that there is a lion tattoo on your wrist right now.
Kind of there. I mean, I'm kind of veiny. Maybe the veins work as that. I don't know. So there's a tattoo on his wrist. Regina sees it, runs away, and then we get our evil queen, again. But now we're back in Storybook, and Robin Hood is there, Regina is there, Zelina is there, Emma's there, and Henry.
Right.
So, let's just do the Enchanted Forest. So they're back in the Enchanted Forest after Regina undid the curse. They're back there. Sleeping Beauty sells them out to Zelina, and that's what causes the monkey to attack Regina, and that's why they find that's when the monkey goes after her, and then when they're at their castle, because Sleeping Beauty had told Zelina what was happening. Following that, Regina breaks into the castle. And we meet our Wicked Witch. And what do we find out, Joe?
That she, just like everyone else, is related to a main character.
Everyone's related. I can't. It's ridiculous, actually. Imagine Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They celebrate Thanksgiving. They live in America. I mean, they totally celebrate Thanksgiving. They have to.
Yeah.
So
that's a scary one.
Yeah, I know. And then they killed Selena. Another story. So we find out Zelina is her sister, and then after that there was that weird. So after that we kind of figure out Zelina's plot in Storybook, but then we're also in the forest a lot too, figuring out why they're there and how they get back. Now, do you remember the Rapunzel episode?
Yeah.
I hated that episode.
Me too.
I hated it with a burning passion because I don't care who they picked to be Rapunzel, but the show is real. They uses Disney characters all the time, right? I mean, season 4, Elsa and Anna are from Frozen. They're not from the Snow Queen. So if you're using Rapunzel, make her a main character because Rapunzel's pretty cool. If you've seen Tangled, anyone who has ever seen Tangled should like Rapunzel. And it's such a different and bad twist to Rapunzel. I hated it. I hated it. She was a one-off character, and it just ruined it for me.
Well, I also hate. I know we don't want to talk about season 1, and just a quick little mention. Cinderella. I mean, that's a huge character, and that was a one-off. Two-off, maybe.
If there's a season 5, which my money is there will be a season 5.
Yeah, I would bet that there's a season 5.
They're making a Cinderella movie this March, or it'll be out this March. I think I told you that.
Yeah, no, I had known.
So
is that the end, Maleficent?
So now they made Maleficent, and Maleficent is coming back in season 4, part 2. I can bet you $10 Cinderella will be in 5 part 1 or 5 part 2.
Yeah, yeah, good. I mean, was a cool concept, but yeah, like you said, Rapunzel is the same thing, and
Oh, Rapunzel's awful.
yeah, I don't get why they do that because it kind of just like ruins it for the future. Like, why would you do a one-off with the character now? Like, if you do it in the future, you're going to be kind of obligated to bring the person back unless you go a different route, and it just creates an issue really
Yeah.
there. So I don't get like maybe not a main character like how they did Bo Peep,
Okay.
right? Was that it? But a
Okay.
few episodes ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Bo Peep, and that was what say you want to say about her? I hated Bo Peep. I thought she was awful.
I like Bo Peep, but like she's not like a really you don't when you think of fairy tale characters you don't think about Pete. So like that was what?
She's a nursery rhyme.
Right. So that was okay. That was okay for a one off. Rapunzel doesn't fit one off. Like you were saying, she fits a main kind of maybe like how Ruby is, the
Right.
wolf. So
If I was how do I say this? If I was a writer on Once Upon a Time, and I'm never gonna try to rewrite the show in my own image, but there are ideas that I have that I would obviously like to see. Rapunzel in Tangled, she has the healing power from her hair, and it comes from the sun. And Elsa in season 4, her power is ice, and it actually is reflective of the moon. So I would think that is when you bring Rapunzel in, have like the two conflicting forces. Don't bring her in as a one-off character. Bring her in as something to conflict with someone else, even if it's a good character.
yeah, I or tell a story with it. There's a story to be told.
Yeah, I mean, you could have done so much with Tangled or
Yeah.
Rapunzel, but
Yep.
okay, so that was a bad episode. That was a really,
Missed opportunity.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
bad. Uh, okay, so there's the Rapunzel stuff, and then we also get Zelina's backstory where we find out Zelina was abandoned as a baby by Cora, and
Mm.
she gets sent to Oz, and then she's raised by a nice couple, and then the dad hates her because she's a witch, and the mother dies, and then she goes to the Enchanted Forest where she meets Rumpelstiltskin, and we find out she's even more crazy because she's just so fueled by her emotions and jealousy.
Yep.
That's what really drives her to want to reset time to give herself the life Regina had. And that's pretty much like the backstory of the Zelina part of it. And then the big backstory, or that thought was the interesting part, is they feel really threatened by Zelina when they're in the forest, and because she's after Snow White's baby, she wants to destroy Regina, and Snow White casts a dark curse. I
Yep.
thought that was the biggest twist to the season.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it definitely was.
So having because she killed David to do it, and then they bring him back, obviously.
Right.
But it was just that was amazing, and um, when Regina did her curse, she said she brought who she wanted to Storybrooke, right? Snow
Mm.
White didn't have that control. So now I think the writers can be like, Snow White didn't know who she brought, so anyone's there. Everyone
Right.
just got sucked up with it. There's only one thing about the curse that I want to talk about. Do you remember in season 1 and 2 where we find out it caused a hole in Regina's heart?
Yes.
The She needs him to fill it, being Henry,
Hmm.
or she thought she did. Do you think that that's there for Snow White, or do you think because she's already technically has a full heart, it wouldn't even be a problem, and they'll just ignore it?
I I don't even think they're thinking about that. I would think that it's just she has a full heart. It's fine, but
But it's a half a heart. It's not even a full heart. It's a half.
yeah, I don't think they're thinking about it.
I'm just saying. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, no,
a big plot device they use,
right, yeah,
and they just let that one go.
yep,
I, there's so many things that I hope to bite characters in the butt, and I really hope that's one of them.
yeah, yeah. I mean, time will tell.
True.
But yeah, that's a good point.
So there's the Enchanted Forest flashback for you, everyone. Zelena wants to reset time. Snow White casts a dark curse, and we also meet Glinda in Oz. And Glinda tells everyone the only way to defeat Zelena is light magic. And who is born of light magic? It's Jennifer Morrison,
Yep.
or Emma, as we want to call her. And Emma is the way to defeat Zelena. And does that work at all?
Nope.
No. um, you remember the hashtag for the season was Wicked versus Evil?
Yeah.
So you knew
Yeah.
it was going to be.
Exactly. So we never really, it wasn't really Emma's fight.
No.
And I kind of looked at it that way. So even when it was, light magic, I, like you said, their whole ploy was Wicked versus Evil. So I never really bought it. This was Regina's fight, which also made this half of the season so different that
Yeah.
it wasn't really regarding the main characters. It was, well, a main character, but not the main character.
Great.
So.
What I liked about Regina specifically was she ended up falling back in love with Robin Hood. She's fighting. She's becoming really good overall, and she doesn't even seem to revert, back to being evil.
Right.
I mean, she uses her fire magic, but that's not evil magic. I don't think it just doesn't work because Zelena is just that much stronger than her. And their fight ends up. Hold on, what happened? Oh, so they fight because Zelena has control of the Dark One, and there's their fight.
Yeah, Rumple's alive.
Rumple's alive, thank you. And Rumple comes back to life, but Neil dies. Yay, Neil's dead.
Q Hook.
Q the new Q Guyliner Captain, or Captain Guyliner, as Lana Priya called him last episode. So, Rumple is there. Zelena has the dagger. Pretty much the season, it does move really. If you think about it, compared to like 1, because that was like a big mystery. We know what the plot of season 3, part 2 goes really quick.
Right.
It's like very, very fast. They go to Neil's dead. They find out why Zelena was abandoned. Following that, she takes the baby. She opens up the time portal, and Regina beats Zelena.
Yeah, and then that leads actually into probably one of my favorite episodes of the series, and that's when Hook and Emma go back in time. I thought that was a beautiful episode.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Hook, there was an episode where
the
Hook's lip,
kiss, yeah.
The Jolly Roger episode, and Blackbeard was a main character, or he was a one-off villain in that episode. Yep.
And it didn't. He was a real guy.
Yeah, Blackbeard's a historical character. It's
yeah, he was a real guy. So
Jack Sparrow, like, just throw him in, please.
Yeah, they made Peter Pan evil. I guess make Jack. Come on, they really.
I know. It was like, why Blackbeard? Of all the pirates, I mean, you had
a real guy. That's yeah. I guess because it was a long time ago, they thought they could get away with it. That's like adding in Lincoln or something. That's know.
Everyone, Abraham Lincoln is a vampire hunter. So.
Oh God, could you imagine? Oh God.
I don't want to. I don't want to imagine that.
Oh God, they had Frankenstein. Oh my God, imagine Dracula came and the only way they could kill him is with Abraham Lincoln. Oh my God, I would stop the show.
Wait a minute. Frankenstein's free material, or it's open material, so anyone can use it. Is that the same with Dracula?
I don't know. I personally don't know, because I think Dracula Untold was told by a different studio than. Dude, I don't know. I'm scared.
I'm scared too. Oh, I hope that the writers don't see this now and think, "Oh, we must add Dracula to the show."
No, they can't. It's gotta not be up for free. No, no, doubt it. Nope. No,
give us Hades. Forget Dracula. Give us Hades. That's what I want.
God, but that would be the Dracula with Abraham Lincoln, vampire hunter, as the guy they would need to recruit. Oh my God.
That'd be so bad. Oh wow, I didn't even think about that.
No, hopefully they don't either.
Oh, I really hope. Let's just hope they don't bring in the Wolfman too,
Oh God.
because they can do that. Werewolves are free domain.
Oh yeah, they could probably get away with that. Oh God.
They can.
Yeah. Even if it's not Dracula, they could do King of Vampires or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think there's a vampire in a Disney movie too that they could even replicate.
Is Hotel Transylvania Disney?
No, that's Paramount, I think.
Yeah, I don't know, but you're right. There's bound to be a vampire somewhere in Disney movies. So,
Oh,
oh God.
no, don't even say it's gonna happen. No, no vampires. No
I
vampires.
know.
All
I
right.
mean,
Okay. Now I'm upset. All right. So Blackbeard, that was a bad thing. I really, man, so messed up.
I didn't think the implementation was cool. I didn't think it was worth bringing in Blackbeard for. He
It was.
just felt like a throwaway character. I'm like, this really was not necessary.
And speaking of throwaway, that was also Ariel's last episode of the show. That's when they also literally tossed her back into the ocean.
I miss her.
I know you miss her, man. I
Yeah.
know. So she might be back. You never know. Apparently, I saw a tweet from Miss Morrison that with her and Joanna Garcia on set, so maybe she would be back.
I hope so.
I hope so too. All
Maybe
right.
the ocean freezes or something because of Snow Queen.
Oh, that'd be funny if she. I actually would like if Ariel got to meet Elsa. That'd be cool.
Yeah, be interesting.
Oh, God, all right. Um. By the way, one more thing. Did you ever see the first Thor movie?
Thor? Yeah.
Thor. You know that Josh Dallas plays a character, an Asgardian, right, in that movie?
Oh God, he does.
Yeah. They replaced him in the second one, in the Thor: The Dark World movie, but he was in Thor, the first one. So I really hope that having him say Asgard was more of a callback to him being
Oh,
yeah, like
phew. Yeah, maybe that's it. Oh
more
God.
of a joke as opposed to more of a joke to his past work than actually being a place.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully that's it.
But the writers have. I mean, I know they said they would like to do Pirates of the Caribbean if they ever could get Johnny Depp to be Jack Sparrow on the show.
Good luck.
Good luck, I know. So it wouldn't shock me. I know we would hate it. I know we would, but we might end up liking it if Asgard ever happened. I don't
don't
want.
don't don't say that.
I won't.
Don't say that.
I retract my opinion. But
Don't please.
there are videos of Elsa and Loki together by fans of taking the episodes that have aired and putting Elsa with Loki from one of the three movies he's in.
Oh no. No, 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 no. I don't know. I don't think this is gonna happen. No, no, no Asgard, no Dracula, no Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. No,
To
no,
be
no.
fair, you were the one who brought in Dracula. That was
Yeah, that was a fear.
well, we already have the hint of Asgard. We don't know if it's just a throwback to his work or if it's actually going to happen.
Yeah,
We
okay.
know Frankenstein happened in the show, and Dracula's free domain. I just looked it up, so that could happen too.
Dracula is free domain?
Yeah.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Let's stop this. Let's no. Okay, so flashback episode, right?
All right,
Uh,
all right, all right. Okay, flashback. That was actually. It's funny you say that was one of your favorites. That was actually one of my least favorites. So you take the floor.
what? I thought it was a beautiful episode.
I love the end of it.
I love the end of it too, but I thought the entire episode was just beautiful with Hook and Hook became a main character in my eyes in that episode.
Okay. I already had seen him as being a main character. Like after I had
I
seen.
wasn't buying it yet. That sold me on it.
All right. Okay, I can see that. I don't like time travel. I don't like time travel, and I don't like
Oh, me neither.
body swaps. So because of that, I
Yeah, I don't like that they did do that, but I liked that it was just Emma and Hook, and the two of them got to have their episode, and it was all about them. And
two. There's two episodes.
was it 2 episodes? Oh, then yeah, they were truly beautiful.
They were good. They were good. I had liked the episode before better, where they defeated Zelina and Candace.
Mm. Yeah, no,
And see,
I just liked them because, like I said, Hook just became a main character in my eyes after that. Those were some of my favorite episodes of the series.
They didn't need to kill Zelina, by the way.
They,
No, they didn't need to kill her.
but they kind of kill off everyone
If
that's
they,
bad.
by the way, if they kill the Snow Queen in 4, I might stop the show. I won't, but I might.
Cora died, right? Didn't she
Yeah,
get
they
killed?
killed
Okay, so then yeah, Cora's dead, Peter Pan dead, um, Selena's dead, and I guarantee you the Snow Queen's gonna be dead.
her. No, I don't want Ingrid to die. Her name
Yeah,
is
I guess that's just their way, like, to warrant, uh, to assure the viewers that the character's not coming back.
Kill Rumple then. He's the bad guy. But you don't want that to happen.
I know. I think he's one of the no, not one of them. I think he is the best actor on the show.
I'd actually give that to Lana, but
Lana is second for me.
but her performances have been so sporadic that
And just especially lately, I know we're talking about season 4 again, but lately, been there, done that.
well, it's tough to do a season 3 review without jumping into 4.
Yeah, because we know what happens afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, and we both have discussed the past 4 episodes of 4 in relative depth.
Right.
So it's difficult not to reference them.
Yeah. But
All right, let's wrap up the show then. Time travel episode, the Star Wars reference to Princess Leia. You know, I thought that was funny. That was definitely a good writing call. You know, and then like you said, it was really good with Hook. I totally will give you that. And Maid Marian, they have to save Maid Marian because Emma needs to be a hero. And Emma does get to see her parents fall in love, which was nice. And then they end up back to Storybrooke, and someone comes with them. 2 people come with them, actually.
Maid Marian and
Elsa.
oh right. And then that's how. Yep.
So, you know, Maid Marian's there, and Regina is just in shock, and she's upset.
Ooh,
And
I didn't realize that. So Elsa's from a long time ago then.
yeah. I could be wrong, but the time after Snow White and Charming fell in love and the Enchanted Forest passed, that was 28 years ago or 29 years ago, depending on where the show is in the present time, because they were frozen in time for 28 years, they said, right?
Right.
So that's 29. It makes sense. It was 28 years ago. I think they fell in love and got married within the time span of a year.
Mm-hmm.
So Elsa she was in that urn, but I don't think the urn aged her. So we actually don't know how long she was in there. And then she was thrown out anyway into our world.
Mm.
So Elsa is old, and that's actually she's not really old because
but she's just from a longer time period. Just she's not old, but she's from an older time.
right. No, because the now we're going to 4, but we know like Anna met David before he became Prince David.
Yeah.
So we know that they're older in that sense. And for some reason, and it still hasn't been explored it, and I want to know why, Elsa's in that urn in Rumpelstiltskin's vault, and we don't know where anyone is at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Arendelle, obviously, because we didn't know Elsa was in the urn.
Right.
So yeah, it was definitely old. So actually, think about this. This is a freaky thing, right? When Regina cast the first curse, right? Technically, Elsa was always in his vault.
Yeah.
Time. And then when they went back, she was still in the vault.
Yeah.
They let her out. So when Emma went back in time and pulled her out, obviously Elsa wasn't there. Like it altered the timeline, like at least a little bit, because Elsa was pulled out of the vault both times. It's like a weird time thing.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think they think about it that much. I think they're thinking that if they think of that, they go, "Oh, hopefully people will just."
Well, then, do I overdo it, Joe? Do I overthink? Do I overprocess?
For this show, no, you have every right to overlook it, but I think at this point with this show, we kind of just have to let it go at times because we've also heard countless times, magic, magic. We've seen magic win and stuff, and magic just solve things like that, and all of a sudden there's a solution to something like, you know, it's very by the week writing. So.
Right. All right. So Elsa comes out of the urn. Now, I'm just curious. Were you excited when you saw that happen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was fresh and new.
It was funny when I had saw her rise up. I'm like, oh, it's the genie. No, it's Hades. Oh wait, it's a girl. It's Elsa. So the I liked it. I had to rewatch the scene a couple times to properly get used to it though.
Mm. Yeah, I didn't know what it was going to be because I knew what I didn't think it was going to be the genie because of we already saw Wonderland and Jafar, and I feel like Genie would have been in with the whole Jafar thing. So, yeah, I didn't know who it was going to be, but I'm like, oh, that's new, that's fresh, that's exciting. So, and season 4 has been good so far. So,
Yes. So we we're fans of this show, and
yeah,
I hope everyone enjoyed this live stream recap of season 3, and hopefully it brought back some good memories for you, or some really frustrated memories for you,
we're both.
or both, or both. Uh, we will be back on Sunday.
Yep,
Or,
and we are on
or
this channel this week.
on this one
Yep.
again. We have 2 once videos this week on Other Robert. Oh, by the way, when I heard you say my name on Movie Warfare, which, by the way, anyone who watches that, make sure to go check out Movie Warfare 2. Really cool show. I was like, wow, Other Robert really sounds so lame. Like, I should have picked something else.
It's actually a joke too because we a good friend of Agree Disagree is Entertainment Talk Nation. His name's Rob, so it creates for some awkward because I talked to Chris on the channel and I'm like I'm doing something with Rob and he's like ETN. I'm like no other Robert and I'm like oh wait
Like, oh,
the other Robert is other Robert.
the other Robert is Other Robert, who is actually just Robert. Or just Rob. Or Rob Lyon,
Yeah,
whatever.
I was like the other Rob. Haha.
Hey, I guess it makes sense. I should have named my channel Flannel King because I've looked at my past 20 videos, all in a flannel.
There we go. Keep hashtag Flannel King.
All right. If you like this video, anyone, and you have got all the way to the end of it, I don't even know how long it's been. Hashtag Flannel King. FLANNEL KNG. So, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. And season 4 will be up on Sunday, and we have the new episode called The Snow Queen.
Yeah, and yeah, tune in for that. And if you want to see more of me, then go see Agree to Disagree and subscribe because it takes around that much effort to do so. Come on, Rob. You know I had to throw it. You know I had to get it.
Yeah. And everyone, seriously, go subscribe to Agree to Disagree. He, being Joe, does a ton of awesome videos. He's a great reviewer. He has 3 other guys that work with him. They're all really cool. They all post stuff all the time. Joe just reviewed Interstellar, the best review ever. So make sure to go check that out because I want to see the movie now because of what he said about it. So subscribe to Agree or Disagree, as he said, this much effort. And if you are new to my channel, click the subscribe button down there, please.
Because it takes around that much effort.
Yes, because it takes that much effort. Alrighty. We're out of here, guys. Thank you. Goodbye and good night. 1, 2, 3, off.